So, welcome to Thriving Together, the Workplace Wellness Series. The goal of this new video series is to highlight innovative and collaborative partnerships and strategies that are taking employee wellness to the next level. I'm your host, Dana. I've worked with AdvantageHealth for the past 13 years as both a wellness program manager and now a health promotion manager. And I would like to introduce you to my two guests today. We have Christine Kiekel, who is the co-founder and CEO of AdvantageHealth Corporation based in Minneapolis. And she has spent the last 20 years developing a variety of health promotion initiatives in order to improve the health and well-being of populations. This has included consulting with a wide variety of employer groups, including businesses, community organizations, educational clients, and the government sector to develop strategic, results-oriented wellness programs. Christine holds a master's degree in public health from the University of Northern Colorado, plus a double major in community health and physical education from St. Cloud State University. My other guest today is Chef Marshall O'Brien. He's a nutritional wellness chef presenter with over 15 years of experience, helping organizations, employees improve their safety, performance, health, and quality of life using cooking and smart nutrition, which we will learn more about today. He has been a regular contributor on Fox 9 and Twin Cities Live television for over 10 years, working with clients in numerous different industries from school, nutrition, public safety to corporate and small businesses. He can engage and connect with a variety of people, and he understands how people communicate and make decisions. Welcome to this series, you two. I'm so excited to have you here today.
That's a real treat. Thank you.
Thank you. So to get started, Chris, I have my first question for you. Employee wellness programs have certainly evolved over the last 20 years. What do you see as a vital piece to a successful employee wellness program in 2023 and beyond?
Yeah, that's a great question, Dana. And a lot of things actually come to mind with this question, but I would say specifically for 2023, two things. I would say flexibility and inclusivity. And I say those two things. First, flexibility. So obviously, since the COVID pandemic, our working environments have drastically changed. And our employee wellness programs have needed to evolve and be more flexible because of that. So obviously we now have more employees working remote as well as hybrid as well as on-site. And our wellness programs have really truly had to adapt to that and offer a wider variety of options to reach all three of those work environments effectively. So on-site seminars as well as virtual webinars, yoga classes on-site as well as virtual, well-being challenges that can be done at the office as well as at home. And with that, I would say our topics of focus have also changed with more emphasis on issues that affect remote workers. So social connectiveness and a focus on mental health and well-being as well. So flexibility for sure. And then I would say the inclusivity piece has really come to the forefront with wellness programming. We are even more aware of the importance of inclusivity with our wellness programs, and with that, really fostering a holistic approach to employee health and well-being. And so not just focusing on that physical aspect, but also the mental and the emotional and the social and the spiritual aspects of health. And also really recognizing that different people have different barriers, opportunities and goals when it comes to wellness. And depending on their backgrounds and experience and identities, we really need to offer a wider spectrum of programs to adhere to those things. So the biggest question I get is, how do we create inclusivity in our wellness programs? And so for AdvantageHealth, that really is a process, and we have different steps that we go through. And the biggest thing that I emphasize to clients is that no one size fits all. Every organization that we work with is different and has different challenges and different needs and different interests. However, in general, we first start with a needs assessment to really understand that employer group and to understand wellness goals and the challenges and the preferences and the interests of that group. And then we really right away get the employees involved with their wellness committee, helping us plan those initiatives and executing those initiatives. And a big piece of that initiative piece is really having a wide variety of programming that's flexible, that caters to, I would say, different learning styles, different interests, different levels of comfort, and to really ensure that the programming that we offer is culturally sensitive, respectful, and affirming really of the different identities and backgrounds and experiences. Another big piece with that inclusivity is really making sure that the wellness programs are accessible, affordable, and available to all employees as well. So those are my two big things to focus on in 2023, flexibility and inclusivity.
It's so fascinating how much the wellness programs have evolved over the last 20, 30 years from when we first started out with corporate wellness or employee wellness, and really evolving from just physical wellness into this multidimensional approach, and how Advantage Health is addressing all the issues that have really evolved since COVID with stress and mental health, emotional health, and focusing on that, as well as the diversity inclusion. Thanks.
Absolutely.
And Marshall, so you have coined the phrase smart nutrition. What does that mean, and how does that impact employees?
Well, smart nutrition is more than just food. So we talk nutrition, sleep, hydration, and physical activity. And, I think there's some truth to say that you can't exercise your way out of a bad diet. Yes, exercising and eating garbage still helps you be more fit, but ultimately what you eat, how you sleep, how you move your body, how you handle stress, how you deal with the world, there, like Chris was saying, everything is interconnected. It's holistic. And so smart nutrition for us is a holistic approach to helping people take control of their health. It is not a fix everything, solve all your problems, but it is a critical component of those four pieces to help people go in a positive direction. We're a huge believer in baby steps. I always say, and I've said it a million times, that anything that you can do today that you were not doing yesterday that's positive is progress. So when it comes to smart nutrition, if you're moving a little bit more, taking that extra walk, block walk, if you are preparing your breakfast, one more in advance than you hadn't done before, if you're adding an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes of sleep, or whatever, you see where I'm going with that is anytime that you can add those little components, it's going to make your day, it's going to make your quality of life better. It can help you be safer on the job. It can help you be more pain-free. It can help you improve your performance. There's all sorts of components. I think personally, and what I'm hearing in the industry now, is the idea of using food to improve those things has been a nice to have for a long time. Now groups are starting to say, oh, this is more of a necessity, because given, majority of chronic diseases stem from lifestyle choices, again, the things that I just talked about, you can't really avoid that anymore. And so that smart nutrition piece, it's not a dogmatic strategy. It's just like, here's what you can do. Here's the things to focus on. And one of the things I love about working with Chris and Advantage Health is that, you guys know what works, and you've done it long enough, and you know what's fads, what's tried and true, and you are really committed to supporting the groups that you support. And to be able to be a part of to be able to partner with you as we are, it is an absolute privilege. And to use our smart nutrition philosophy just makes logical sense with the components that you're integrating into employer groups.
I am so excited to learn more about how we are going to be using smart nutrition with employee wellness and within these programs. And we will learn more about that in just a few minutes throughout this video series. Okay, so next question is for both of you. Advantage Health and the Chef Marshall O'Brien Group have collaborated on several programs, but most recently a program that is geared toward risk assessment, education, and action. Can you both share a little bit about what this program entails? And Chris, let's start with you.
Okay, sounds great. So Chef Marshall and I have been really excited to roll out this new program, and it combines both of our expertise areas, which we're both really proud about, to bring a comprehensive wellness program to employers focusing on 3 key areas, and that includes assessment, education, and action. And both Chef Marshall and I agree that these 3 areas, when put together, are an ideal way really to target, well, first to understand health risks for your employer group, and then to really target those health risks and to develop a program to help folks out with those areas. And so the first part of this program is having AdvantageHealth come on site and do a biometric screening. So a biometric screening includes tests to measure your body mass index, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, and your glucose. So the big areas, right? And the goal of these screenings is to make them convenient at the worksite, to inform employees about their numbers, and to educate them on ways to make improvements. And the beauty of this whole process is that it's quick, it's non-invasive, and it only takes about 10 minutes per employee. The second step of this program is follow-up programming designed to support employees who need that additional help with lifestyle changes. And this is where Chef Marshall and his group come into play. And they offer a fantastic self-study, personalized self-study program that can target weight management, blood pressure, cholesterol, glucose, and so much more. And so, Marshall, maybe you can share a little bit more about this program.
Yeah, happy to. Obviously knowing where your markers are is critical to understanding how you can take positive, how you can take the next steps and making positive changes. And for a lot of folks, the idea of when they get that information of, oh, you know what, your blood pressure is high, or, these numbers are a little out of the normal range, you may want to start, taking some actions to help get back into those normal ranges, can be really intimidating for people. It can be, just be nervous, not know what to do, what's the next steps. They know they need help. They might feel some shame. They just, everybody's got a different perspective on how they tackle challenging situations. And when it comes to health, that can be a challenging situation. So, well, what we're excited about is with our self-study programs, as Chris just mentioned, it helps people kind of prime them, if you will, to take on the next step of taking control of their health. So it provides the why, the how, and the what, so they can understand context, like why this matters. And I think most people do know, and most people know why it matters, but they can make a personal connection to it with that why. And then we talk about, what are the foods? Because again, we're talking through the smart nutrition lens, be it nutrition, sleep, hydration, physical activity. What are the foods that you can focus on to help with blood pressure? What are the foods that you can focus on to help with weight control and all the other topics that we have? What do you can focus on? And then also, what do you want to avoid? What do you want to minimize? What are things that might actually be working against you that you weren't aware of that you can start, start lessening that with? And again, I want to emphasize, it doesn't solve where you're at, but it just helps you take that next step as you're going on your health journey. I think, we can all agree that, again, this is why Chris, emphasized taking a holistic approach, is all of these pieces add up. If I'm eating right, but I am always stressed out and I'm not happy in my relationships and I'm not happy at work or whatever, well, the chronic stress absolutely messes up your metabolism and a whole host of other things, your immune system. And so these are designed to help create awareness and help create some, just give people that knowledge. We give, it's all evidence-based, but we make it really simple and user-friendly for people to digest, metaphorically speaking. Well, and I suppose literally speaking, because we provide not only videos and articles, but we give mini cookbooks for each topic. And those mini cookbooks are designed specific to that topic with the right types of foods that support the topic. And of course, they taste great and they're easy to make. But it gives people not only, awareness, but it gives them a first step or second step depending on where they're at in their journey, and it helps them with their confidence too. Because if you don't have confidence in the process, you're not going to do it. And this helps them as they go on to working on the programs that AdvantageHealth is providing them.
Got it. This sounds so powerful to me because after working in corporate wellness for the past couple decades, I see so many other organizations who are doing maybe the biometric screenings, but then they don't have the follow-up. And what you two, your collaboration is really offering is these personal touches of what people can do for their next step to build that confidence, and to watch videos. It's very relatable. It's short. It's quick, fast, and effective, and just these innovative approaches. I will link all the information on the specific programs that you are offering, Marshall, down below in our YouTube. So if anyone's interested in specifically what topics you can cover, that'll all be posted down below. So make sure you click on that after the video.
Absolutely. And Dana, one other option that I wanted to mention that can go along with Chef Marshall's self-study programs or separately is health coaching. And we have a lot of interest from employer groups for health coaching. And if you're not familiar with it, really health coaching is designed to empower participants to find their why and to really develop a plan for sustainable behavior change. It's an ideal program to motivate those whose numbers were out of those normal ranges to make modifications and to achieve a healthier lifestyle. It's very convenient. It's done either via Zoom video call or a phone call. And our certified health coaches address areas like readiness to change, goals, motivation, triggers, coping skills, relapse. And what's nice about coaching is that it's convenient. It's scheduled when it works best for the participant's schedule, and it's confidential. And we provide many different packages and options so we can find the best fit for our clients. So that is another option after the biometric screenings, either along or separate from Chef Marshall's self-study programs.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that, Chris, because after the biometric screenings, employer groups can choose either Chef Marshall's downloadable programs or wellness coaching, health coaching, or a combination of both, which has the most impact. And I've worked as a health coach for AdvantageHealth, so I've seen firsthand how impactful this is with employees. Health coaching, wellness coaching, it gives those very small steps that allow for those wins in employees' lives, and it's so cool to see that success happen within their lives and beyond, in their family and within their organization. So the next question is also for both of you. So many employees are working remotely, and how can this program that you two are offering together be delivered to multiple work sites, shift workers, or employees who are working remotely? Let's start with you, Chef Marshall.
Sure, happy to. What I think is great about this program is because Advantage Health comes to those folks. Obviously, if you're working remote, that means you're working at home, you're not in the office, but there are organizations that are going to have a designated day or a couple days of the week or in the month where they do their biometric assessments. So obviously they come in to do that, understood. And as far as the health coaching goes, and Chris, I'm going to have you speak to this more, I'll have you take this because this is your spot. But as far as the health coaching and the self-study programs go, they can be remote. So you can give a health coach via Zoom or via whichever, you can do it this way is all I'm trying to say. You don't have to be in person. And with the self-study content, all that it's downloadable, meaning it gets emailed to you, then you can download, you can use it at your convenience. So if you are working at home, summertime right now, people are kids. If you have kids and they are not in camps or doing activities and you're kind of doing double duty as career and parent, you can access this stuff when it's convenient for you. You can set your own schedule for it. And Chris already mentioned that, but you can also pick, what's the priority and then when do you want to get it handled. So I think it's very, very flexible and it allows people to own it. And then the more people own it, as you well know, when it comes to behavior change, the more you feel you have a say in the process, the more likely you're going to be open to participating in it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
I love
honestly, that really was well said, Marshall, both in regards to the self-study as well as the health coaching options. But I would also like to emphasize that biometric screenings, although traditionally done on site at the work site, also have an option for remote workers. We have an option for a healthcare provider form where employees can do their biometrics with their healthcare provider and then submit those results to us on this form. And so it is an option for remote workers as well to do the biometrics, just in a different route.
I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah, that's cool.
That is a really great option. Can you also send the biometric screening tests to someone's home if they were interested in that, Chris?
It is an option for the blood work piece. The only part that isn't an option with a home test kit is blood pressure and BMI. So we really refer those remote employees to go to their provider for many reasons, to get accurate measurements, to get all the measurements done at once, and to also have that relationship with their provider if need be. And so we really refer clients to that route versus our home test kits, but that is an option as well.
Great. So I know the fall season, it tends to be the most popular time to really implement biometric screenings. And Chris, when do you think is the best time to really contact AdvantageHealth to maybe take advantage of this program that the two of you are offering and to plan it all out?
Absolutely. Well, right now is an ideal time just because a lot of employer groups have a January 1st health insurance renewal. And so a lot of groups like to tie an incentive or a reward into their health insurance. And so getting screenings coordinated and follow-up programs coordinated now is ideal if you're going to be doing those in September, October, November, or even December. And so the sooner the better, we always say in our business, so we can make sure to get the dates and times and so on that you are looking for the biometrics.
Got it. Okay, that makes complete sense. So a few more questions for the two of you. Chris, what does it mean to have a truly comprehensive or an integrative employee wellness program? And how does this program, this collaboration that you are doing with Chef Marshall, meet those standards?
Gotcha. A truly comprehensive and integrative wellness program to me is really one that kind of goes back to that first question you asked me, Dana. What do I see as important for programs in 2023? And I think that's a program that's flexible and that's inclusive and that truly meets each unique employee where they are at and offers solutions to best fit their needs and learning style. Not everyone learns in group settings. Not everyone enjoys working one-on-one with a health coach. Not everyone is comfortable at a computer. And at AdvantageHealth, we provide options. And I think that is truly key to have the highest level of engagement in wellness programs, to have those options and to allow employees to make choices, to give them the power and to find the best fit for them. I also believe that the program that we're working on with Chef Marshall and those three key terms that I emphasized, assessment, education, and action, is huge. And in other words, understand what's broke, receive some education on options and how to fix it, and then put that plan into place.
Makes sense to me. And then Marshall, how do you see this new program improving employees' lives? And just would love to hear from you a little bit about this, maybe what you've seen in the past at other organizations when you offer your downloadable programs.
What is unique about this piece is there's a lot of course, lots and lots of wellness programs being offered to folks, and everybody's busy. And so when you're busy, you prioritize what's most important, right? What I love about this and the feedback we've gotten from folks is it gives people an option to choose what's important for them versus, oh yeah, there was great presentations, but I wasn't interested in the topic, or I didn't have time because it was fixed time or whatever. But this really gives people a chance to pick what matters to them, and now that priority is going to be much higher versus, oh, that's kind of neat, I like the idea, but I have other things to do. So that kind of goes to what Chris was saying about giving people a choice. People don't like being told what to do. Kids and adults don't like being told what to do. So if I feel that I get to pick this, that's huge. And as far as how it helps improve people's lives, again, I really look at the approach of, these small wins equal big wins. And so when you are interested, you already have an inherent investment in caring about your health, and you've got kids or grandkids or whatever motivates us. We have all different motivations here on today with the three of us. You have an inherent investment that with that already, you're interested in taking care of you. You're already going to start moving in a positive direction. And then when you have stuff that relates to where you're at in your life, so I'm working on blood pressure or weight control or the other topics that the biometric screening covers, and I'm already interested in that, and I know that, again, so I picked it. I've had a choice in it. I get to use it. I get to use it as it's convenient for me. And with these little wins, I'm trying the recipes. I'm, following up on watching the video content. I'm hearing from other folks that are doing it, or people in my family, or it doesn't have to be family coworkers per se, but people that I trust, that I like getting feedback from. And then that's just further motivation. Those pieces cumulatively then help people move forward in improving their lives. And it's a process. I have no illusions about, Chris, you can attest to this. We've been on this doing this for a long time, and you don't go from Coca-Cola to kale shakes in 2 days. You don't go from being a couch potato to an Iron Man. You don't have to be an Iron Man, but what I'm trying to say is it's awareness precedes choice, choice precedes change. And so when people use the self-study programs, they've built some awareness, some education, some confidence in that topic as it relates to them, something that they were already invested in and wanting to learn. It took a minimal amount of time. They made it a part of their life, and that's what I mentioned the video, the article, the cookbooks, where the mini cookbooks, when people start preparing these foods and they're thinking about, what I'm eating directly impacts this issue that I'm having or that issue that I'm having, and they now start to make choices. I'm not going to have what I was always having a midday snack, Snickers snack. I'm going to have an apple instead. Or I packed some nuts and I made some trail mix or whatever the case is. Those little steps add up to big wins over time, and it helps people improve their quality as they're doing the other pieces that AdvantageHealth is, encouraging them to do through their coaching program or through the other programs that are being provided by their employers.
Great. And I have to say that the mini cookbooks that you've developed that are geared towards specific conditions that people might be working on, that is such a cool idea, because I can't tell you how many cookbooks I've purchased and I've never used a single recipe because it's just overwhelming. And I think you've narrowed it down to like 10 easy recipes that the whole family will enjoy. And that's I can't even say how powerful that is as a mama who's cooking for the family.
Well, and that simplicity piece is critical. I have a family member right now that wants to start taking more control of her health. And, she's just doing little things like, getting up 10 minutes earlier to get some stretching in. And it's little, but those little wins add up. And so if it's simple, when it's simple, you're more likely to be able to succeed at it. And we're really proud of what we're providing, and getting to partner with AdvantageHealth just makes me even more excited, because I really know that we can make a difference.
Awesome. It just reminds me that the journey of 1,000 steps starts with a single step, or 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And you two are giving that direction on how to empower somebody to take that first step to really change their entire lives and their families' lives. Okay, last question, Chris. How do you see this new program benefiting the worksite or the organization that implements it?
Yeah, there's so many benefits with kind of this assessment, education, and action model. And something you mentioned earlier, Dana, was that, many organizations will implement, let's just say, biometric screenings, kind of that assessment phase, but then they either don't have the budget or they just don't get scheduled the follow-up piece. And then they wonder why they're not seeing the health improvements or the return on investment that they're hoping to see. And it's because, a lot of employees just don't have the motivation, or they don't know where to go, what resources to reach out to help them with those health risks. So the follow-up piece is just as important as the assessment piece, in my opinion, and also, to get your budgets planned out and to have that available as well. And programs like, that we offer through Chef Marshall and his self-study programs, or our health coaching programs, they're ideal follow-up programs for all the reasons that we've talked about today, that they're convenient. You can do them at your own pace. And oftentimes, and I would say most of the time, these are programs that you can get through your healthcare provider. These are things that employer groups are offering to help to empower their employees to make those changes. And, wellness programs in general are just a win-win-win. And to offer and support these programs where most of us spend the majority of our time at the work site or working remotely is an ideal way to reach these employees. So many benefits, and I could go on and on, but I'll just keep it at that.
Great. I mean, really what we are seeing in employee wellness is this personalized approach to wellness. And I think with the biometric screenings, these self-study programs that can be done any time of the day, and the one-on-one or even the group health coaching, there's such personalized approach to helping people take the next step on their wellness journey. And I think that is the vital key that this program is really offering to organizations as a whole. So I just want to thank both of you for taking some time out of your day to share this. And again, if you're interested in taking advantage of this new program, this new collaboration, I will link all the information down below in the YouTube video. And feel free to reach out to Christine. Chris, how can people contact you if they want to get started on this journey or learn more?
Sure. Yeah. My email address is kkeykal@advantagehealth.com, or my phone number is 612-823-4470, extension 1.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, both of you. And hopefully, Chef Marshall, we can have you on this program again, because we've collaborated so much with you in the past.
Happy to contribute in any way I can.
Awesome. Well,
I believe in what you're all doing, and if there's any way I can support that, and I'd be happy to. Just let me know.
And people love you and gravitate towards what you are doing with your organization too. So
thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Dana.